Hey there, Facebook. Hope you're all doing fantastically well today. Welcome to the stream. My name's Jarrod Harman, founder of Business Warriors. Today we're talking about 8 must-know things about your advertising that if you don't know it, you should definitely stop, right? If you do not know this, you need to stop advertising right now because you've got to further understand this. You've got to know this. You've got to follow this every single day, because if you do not do this and you do not know this, you are missing out. You're leaving money on the table. You are physically going to be struggling, okay? I find most business owners, they know a lot of things about business, but they do not understand this type of stuff when it comes to marketing and advertising. And why it's so important is because if you don't know it, you're just going to be leaving money on the tables, and what you don't know, then you do not know it. Therefore, you can't solve it, right? If you understand this a lot better, you will get so much more profit out of your advertising. You will know that you've got so much more, you'll have so much more of a systematic approach to what you do, and you will be able to profit more, right? The whole idea why we do advertising is to turn it into dollars, right? Turn it into physical money for your business. Turn it into something that your business can use to grow more to the top line. And then it's just about holding more of it. And if you don't understand this, there's no way that you can work out exactly what your next steps are in your business if you do not understand this. If you do not understand this, you should stop advertising so that you can work all of this out. A lot of it you'll be able to get from your current advertising campaigns, and these 8 things you must understand to run successful Facebook ads, successful Instagram ads, successful whatever ads you're running. If you're not doing it, you're missing out. As you guys are tuning in, what I want you guys to do is share the stream so more people can hear this information. And I'll be sharing with you 8 things that you must know about your advertising to be able to run successful advertising campaigns and create more profit for your business. If you do not do this, you're missing out, guys. You really are, if you don't understand things. So many people in business are going through it blindsided, right? So they're going through business with a blindfold over themselves. And what happens when you are walking around a room with a blindfold on? You are walking around a room, bumping into walls. You're falling down the staircase, and falling down the staircase freaking hurts. I know I have done it before. I would not recommend it. If you were to ride a bicycle with a blindfold on, it would hurt a lot when you hit something, right? And welcome to the call, Mum. Welcome to the call, Veronica. Welcome to the call, Ricardo. Welcome, Lucas, to the call. Welcome, Cherry. Hope you guys are doing well. We're talking 8 things that you must know about your advertising. Things that you must know about your advertising. If you don't know it, you should stop advertising. If you haven't advertised before, you got to be tracking it and doing it. Because if you're not doing it, you're leaving money on the table, and literally it's like, having money in your hand, getting the lighter out and lighting it up. That's what it's like. So if you guys like burning money, continue not doing what I'm talking about today. If you don't like burning money, listen up, because we're going to be going through this today. This is 8 main things that you must do in your advertising. If you guys have your advertising questions, comment them below into the comments as well, because we're going to be getting started with things. So number 1, you got to understand what you're investing into your marketing, right? And this is where a lot of people go wrong. People don't understand the dollars that is being spent. They're just throwing things against a wall, hoping that something will stick, okay? So first of all, you got to know what money is going out, so that then you know what dollars are going into advertising. You can track what comes out. And I'll get to that in a moment. So you got to be knowing what you invest into your advertising every single day, every single week, every single month. You got to know that dollar figure. If you don't know that dollar figure, you go and you get your ads account, go into your ads manager, and you look at the last 30 days, or you look at this month and how much you've spent, right? You can download the ads app and it can tell you exactly what you have invested for the month. So if you don't know that right now, that's the first thing you got to do and understand is what is the amount that you've set aside. Not only that, I'm going to give you some further clarity around this. If you are advertising on an ad hoc basis, meaning that 1 month you invest, 1 month you don't, 1 week you do, 1 week you don't. You got to set yourself a consistent budget, right? Because marketing is consistency of a certain message to acquire and help one person understand what it is that you do and how you serve people, okay? So consistency is key. Consistency of a message is key. What I found, and I'm going to go through this one thing. You guys stay to the end. I'm going to give you exactly what happens and exactly the points that on average people are buying services. And I'm going to give you those averages based on our last month's conversations that we've had with people as well. I'm going to give you those numbers if you stay to the end. So you want to stay to the end because this is so important and you're going to see exactly where people are failing right now because it's fucking obvious. It is so obvious. And then I'm going to tell you exactly what the numbers are that people are missing out on, right? So you want to stay to the end. First thing is you got to know what your budget is. Second thing is you got to know what your cost per click is. So your cost per click on the advert itself, what is it costing you to acquire one person to click on it, right? So you got a paid advertising campaign that goes on to Instagram stories. It goes on to Instagram newsfeed. It goes on to Facebook newsfeed. It goes to the banners on Facebook. It goes to the Facebook news feed, it goes to Facebook stories, all this sort of stuff, right? Facebook will just send it to wherever they feel is going to give you the best conversion rates and wherever your ideal client is hanging out right now, okay? So you got to understand what your cost per click is, and you would even go a level down on that and understand which area is getting you the best cost per clicks. Very good thing to understand. Not important though for this point. It is for another point. So you got to understand what your cost per click is. That's number 2. You got to understand what your cost per click is. Do you guys have any questions? Comment below, like and share the stream. That number 3 is you want to understand what your click-through ratio is. So based on the number of people that see your ad, what is the ratio of people clicking through that ad? Based on the number of people that see it, what is the click-through ratio on that ad after that? So them actually clicking through to next steps, actually clicking on the ad, and then clicking through to landing pages and all this type of stuff as well, right? So you want to understand what your click-through ratio is on your ads. An ideal area across all of our clients and successful campaigns is between 2 to 5%. Okay, that's where the successful ad buyers are getting it at the moment. Right? Around a 2 to 5% click-through ratio on all of their advertising accounts. You want to understand that because if you're like at 1 or 1.5% click-through ratio at the moment, there's probably some things you could do on the front end of your advertising accounts to be able to increase that click-through ratio, right? Whether it be readjust your copy, your creative, your headlines, all this type of stuff. You can toy with a few different avenues, okay? Just to up the amount of click-through ratio because it's an attention thing. Click-through ratio and a cost per click is a attention thing. How much attention are you getting on the news feed at the moment, right? How much of the traffic that you actually reach are just skimming over it, don't want a bar of it, right? So this part of it is pretty important because it's really working out how relevant you're going to be, which is another thing. There's a relevancy score as well that you do get for your advertising accounts and campaigns and all that type of stuff. You want to understand your relevancy score. So I'd say there's 9 that I'm going through today now. You want to understand how relevant you actually are to the audience that you're targeting, right? So that's the first three, is your cost per click, your click-through ratio, and your relevancy score. You want to understand that. Relevancy score only comes once you've got so much data to your account as well. I don't know what it is. I just see it pop up, right? I don't understand that point. I focus on a lot of other areas. Then you want to understand, which is number five, sorry, we're going to go through now. So we've gone through, so relevancy was actually number 4. Then the number 5 is you want to understand what your cost per lead is. So it's actually someone that submitted a form on your landing page or submitted a form on your website or your lead forms or whatever that is, or sent you a message to your page, or whatever the outcome is that you're looking on. You want to know what is the cost per actual lead, right? Someone that submitted details with you, name, email, contact number. You want to understand that across all of your campaigns. If you're not getting it sub $30 right now, there's some big problems. If you're not getting it sub $10, there's a lot of stuff that you can do right now if it's not under at least $10 per lead at the moment. If you're not, there's some very simple hacks that we can do in order to show you how to do that and get that done the first time. We had a client in our 300 mastermind just recently. She's generating leads for $1.36 and it was $3 and something cents, right? So super, super simple for her offer. She's absolutely dominating. We've got other campaigns at the moment as well that aren't generating leads, but this is all in the split test area. We only turned it on 24 hours ago and she's got 10 leads in already through her campaigns. Using Facebook's money at the moment, not her money. Okay, so she hasn't paid for that yet. She'll pay for it when she gets a return on investment in sales. Okay, so you've got to understand what your cost per lead is, which is number 5. Number 6, right? It is great to get leads, but for all of our service-based business owners right now is you must know what your cost per appointment is. So it's great to get leads, but leads do not just magically turn to appointments. Yes, they do. There's a certain percentage of them that do from your traffic and everything that you do, and your automations, your text messages, and your other things that you do as part of that will all work. And your phone calls and all this type of stuff that you are doing to new potential clients, right? This is all putting to the point where leads are great. You can get leads. You can get leads from anywhere in the world. You can just place your ads to somewhere like India or the Philippines or Asia or something like that, and you could get leads for like, 2 cents, 3 cents, right? But leads without, a certain target market, without an appointment is worth nothing to you. It's worth absolutely nothing without an appointment. Service-based business owners have to run appointment schedules to be able to filter more people through to appointments. Appointments then turn into sales. Okay? So you've got to know, right, what is my budget? What is my cost per click? What's my click-through ratio? How relevant am I? What is my cost per lead? And then what is my cost per appointment? And $50 to $100 is a good price point for appointments. And then based on everything else, that's where everything else comes into point. That's why when I shared with you guys the other day, the 4 secrets to running successful, profitable ads and marketing campaigns, that's why I said you got to focus on like your leverageable points and also focus on your higher priced services as well, because that's what's going to give you guys the scale to be able to work on other things in your business, bring in more profits, and able to invest more into marketing and things like that as well. Judging on close ratios from last week, we closed at like over 80%. Okay. So then there's like things that you've got to understand is that without appointments, there's no sales. Without appointments, there's no sales. Without no appointments, there's no sales. So you got to know what is your cost per appointment, and you got to be focusing on that as well and understand that number so that you can then go, okay, cool. How can I reduce that number, right? which will then come to the next point, which you want to understand. So far we've said, what's your budget, your cost per click, your click-through ratio, your cost per lead, what is your cost per appointment, okay? We know all that. Now, what is so there's actually 2 points. Sorry, I forgot to mention a point to you. Sorry, guys. So there's not the cost per appointment, but it's like how many leads, what like does it take for me to get an appointment, right? So is it like every 8 leads that I get, it turns into an appointment? You want to understand that number. Then you also want to understand what your cost per appointment is, okay? So you want to understand both of those metrics around appointments. How many leads do I generate to get it to an appointment, right? And you average that out. You could average that out over the last 3 months of your marketing campaigns, the last quarter. If you're not running them, that's okay. You just want to make sure you're tracking it. Because all of you will turn on marketing campaigns at some stage. And I would say the sooner you do it, the better, because it will enable you to scale and grow. So you want to understand leads. How many leads do I generate? And out of those leads, how many of those leads turn into appointments and progress to the next steps? You want to understand that ratio. Then you want to understand what the cost is to get it to that ratio per appointment. Then over and above that, right, which is the next step, you want to understand what your appointment to sale ratio is. This is why running profitable Facebook ads is so important. You got to understand these numbers. You might go, I'm right brain, I'm left brain, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not a numbers person, I'm not this, I'm not that. You got to make yourself this person. If you're not this person, you need someone at your side. Hire a consultant, hire somebody, contract into you to be able to understand these numbers. Because you have to understand these numbers, because this will work out to the bigger picture for you guys, right? This is the bigger picture that I will help you guys understand today, okay? The next, you want to understand that close ratio, because you want, like, you're working out here where the missing link is in everything, right? So if your click-through ratio, your cost per click is, you know, $1, $1.50, that's okay. If it's less than $1, it's doing heaps better, right? You knowing your cost per click is really important. Your click-through ratio is between 2 to 5%, that's great, right? You're more relevant. Your relevancy score is an 8 out of 10. That's perfect, you're very relevant. So you're understanding your numbers and how your campaigns are tracking. My cost per lead at the moment is $7.52. Cool, the campaigns are running well. $2.53, $1.36, I'm going exceptional as a cost per lead. I'm doing well, right? Understanding your numbers. For every $50 I spend, it generates me an appointment. Understanding the metrics is exactly what's now and over time you work out a trend. Okay, that's what you're working out. You're working out trends. Your business is getting predictability. You're working out now down to the point of how predictable you can make your business by understanding the numbers. If you do not understand the numbers, you've got to get someone to help you understand the numbers. Otherwise, you're relying on hope and you're relying on luck, which are two things that you do not want to be. You are not a business warrior. You are a business warrior. You worry about things. If you want to be a business warrior, you've got to understand these metrics, because these metrics give you predictability. And when you look at how predictable it can be, you will get so excited, right? So cost per, like, what is the apps made, appointments made, how many sales have been made as a result, right? Now, this is the biggest area and one of the main focuses that is the biggest picture around marketing that you want to understand. Now that you know what your budget is and what you're spending, you want to know what you're getting out of it, cash. A lot of people on the internet talk about, I've done you know, I put $1 into marketing and I make 5,000, right? So I'm like 5,000% ROI. Great. Is that money in your account? No. Okay. So what's gone into your account? 1,000. Okay. So for every dollar you put into marketing, you're making $1,000 cash. That's what you want to understand. You want to understand what this is where everybody's tricking you on the internet right now. Okay. They're saying $1 in, and you know, for every dollar I spend on advertising, I'm making this much. But that's sales volume, right? So they're making that in sales volume. Payment plans, people don't pay on time all the time. Not everybody. Some people do, some people don't. It's not a true figure. You guys are getting tricked, right? You want to understand how much money is going into marketing, how much money is coming out of marketing. Okay? So this is where you're going to see the predictability in your results and what you guys are doing. Okay? And I'm going to give you guys the biggest secret over and above all of this, which is going to blow your mind, right? I'm going to talk about our last months of trends, and I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why people fail at running profitable social media marketing as well. And I shared this with our sales team this morning as well, and they're like, wow. This is why people fail. And then I'm telling, like, our sales team are looking at it, right? So you can ask any of them. We got Ricardo, he's on the call as well, shared those numbers with him this morning. He's like, yeah, cool, right? We've got Nathan, who's in our team, that's seeing it every single day as well. And he's seeing it firsthand, okay? SERENA, I talked to her about the numbers and she goes, what the fuck? But she understands to a certain extent that Jarrod kind of knows what he's talking about. SERENA's like, you know, the ultimate organizer. And if I draw some things out and everything like that and do her like little sculptures and little cool little drawings and stuff like that, then she goes, yeah, that's cool. Okay, I understand. Right? And we're working out like how predictable the business is. Now, as a result of being able to understand these 8 things from advertising, right? Welcome to the call too, SERENA. Welcome, Stephen, as well. Hope you guys are doing fantastically. So we're talking 8 things that people must know about their marketing campaigns to run successful, profitable ads. If they're not doing, they should stop advertising. That's what we're talking about today. So knowing the money out of the business, right? So what you're spending on advertising is really important. Most people don't know what they're spending. So if you ask them what they're spending, they don't know, right? Then they don't know exactly to the dollar what's physically coming in, money into the business as a result. Okay? Got to understand those numbers. I'm going to share with you guys the biggest secret around it. I'll share that on tomorrow's live stream, right? I'll share exactly why people fail on tomorrow's live stream, so you can come back tomorrow, 12 o'clock Perth, West Australia time, and I will share with you like the last month's worth of exactly what's worked for us and why people fail in their social media advertising, why people fail. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to tell you now. Because all of you must be like, God, you told us you were going to tell us this on this one, and now you're going to make us come back tomorrow for the answers. Rah! No, I'm not. I'm going to give it to you guys right now. So this is how predictable it is. Now I know what it takes for us to double our business, to double Business Warriors right now. Okay. We're going to do 1,888 calls for the rest of the month to be able to double what we've done. 1,888 calls before the end of the month, and we'll double our income for the month. Predictability, understanding numbers, right? understanding how things work, understanding predictability. Now, I want to share with you guys the last 30 days as well. The last 30 days, there's been a lot of trends, but it's every single month that this is happening as well. Every single month it happens. So our sales that we're doing every single month is increasing by 10%, right? It's going well. Like, we're increasing numbers. We're also increasing the amount of cash that comes in every single month as well, because we're monitoring all of this. Secondly, what I've found over the last month, just looking at this month's numbers so far, large percentages of people, and we're talking around 70% of the sales are made from when, or actually 80% of the sales, sorry, are made by people that have been in our database for 20 days through to 8 months. 80% of all of our sales are made between day 20 of being in our database to 8 months. Shocking numbers. Absolutely shocking numbers, right? So when you understand this sort of stuff, then it's like, okay, cool. Why is that? Well, it's like I've been telling you guys for the last 3 months. I've been harping on about this for 3 months right now, and everybody is understanding it to a certain extent. But for some of you, it will take 5 to 7 times of me saying it to really get it to sink in. So from 20 days to 8 months, 80% of our sales are coming from at the moment, of people that have been in our database. 20 days to 8 months. Why is that? Some people don't answer their phone. Some people go, I want to read through your big thing. I want to attend your event first. Some people will go, I'm not quite ready yet. Some people will go, I'm ready to go now, right? Which is actually only 5% of people that come through the front end of the marketing. The rest of the 15% is 8 months to like 2 years now. So 80% is coming from 20 days in the database to 8 months. 80% of the sales is coming from 20 days in the database to 8 months. A further 15% is coming from 8 months to 2 years plus. 15% of the sales made. Then 20 days and below, we're looking at a very small amount, 5%. So the exact reason why people fail is because they give up too early. And to give you guys a bit of a snapshot, you're missing out on between 40, depending on the prices of your services, right? So if you've got a service that's worth, say, 15, 20 grand, right? Then you've got a service that's worth probably around $400, $500. And you've got a service that's around sort of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. On a monthly basis, you're missing out on around $40,000 a month. That's if you're generating 2 to 3 leads a day. That's what you're missing out on. $40,000 to $50,000 a month in sales, right? That's in sales. Cash volume, probably around 20 to 30 grand is what you're missing out on between that margin. So if you're looking at this in the grand scheme of things, right, and this is the reason why I say you should stop advertising if you don't understand these figures, right? And if you're not willing to follow up, you should quit business, because this is what your competitors are getting access to. The successful business owners understand this. The successful business owners do this every single day. The successful business owners, regardless of whether they are right brain, left brain, have a brain, don't have a brain, whatever it is, okay, that people call it, if they don't do this, this is where they're missing out. If you're looking for people to just sign up on the spot every single day, right, and you've got no follow-up game, there is no way you're going to succeed in this business. Because if you're just hitting people new all the time, you can profit still just by that 5% on the front end. If you got higher valued services and stuff like that, you'll still profit and you'll still do well, but you're missing out on 95% of your income by not doing the rest. This is also how you can make yourself predictable. Now I know for the next 10 days of the month, 7 business days, should we do 1,888 phone calls to our database, book a minimum of 30 appointments, we're going to double. Ran all the numbers on the weekend, looked at a lot of the stats, ran it all. Like, I was never this type of guy that would understand and do all this, right? I was never the type of guy that understood tech. I was never the guy that understood marketing. I was never the guy that used to understand how to put landing pages together. I didn't know what Facebook pixels are. I didn't know what pixels were, full stop. I didn't know what bots were. I didn't know what automation was, or was it even possible. I didn't even know, and I still don't know how to sell from stage or anything like that, but I still run events and I'll still close it like 20%, right? I'm still no good at it in my mind. I'm still no good at I don't feel that I'm really good at managing people, right? But I'm learning on it. I'm working on it. I'm understanding things. I was never the type of guy that understood financial statements for a business. I was never the type of guy that understood revenue versus profit. I never used to understand what was a deduction from a business, what was an add back onto a business when a finance company looks at it. I was never the type of guy that understood, whether it was even possible to be able to create automated phone calling systems. I know it all now, and I understand it all, and I track it all, and I do it all, and I implement it all, right? Whether I choose to do it long-term or farm it out to someone else to do is a completely different story. But I at least understand it, I do it, I implement it, and every single day I focus on it. And I understand that you can turn your business into a predictable machine that will give you the ability to be able to go, if I make 1,888 calls in a certain time frame, it's going to produce me a certain result. Providing you follow the process and you got systems in place that are doing deals, closing deals, and that's where it's at. You got to understand these 8 things that I spoke with you guys about today. These 8 things, you understand the 4 secrets that I went through to be able to create scalability online using Facebook, right? Which is on my page. It's for free. I'm not asking you to opt in. I'm not asking you for an email address. I'm not asking you for your phone number. I'm not asking you for your name. You don't even have to know. I don't even have to know that you're watching today or watching that video. You can just watch it. It's on the page. Nobody else is giving you this information on the whole entire internet. Nobody else on the whole entire internet is giving you access to this stuff. They are making you pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get access to it. And I'm just giving it to you live on the page. Been doing it for the last 12 weeks every single day. The last 3 weeks, I haven't done a Sunday. The last 3 months before that, I did every Sunday. Okay. I did every single day with new content for you, so you can move forward and have a predictable business as well. Some people say, there's no such thing as a system. There's no such thing as all this sort of stuff, right? But I'm telling you, there is. It's a skill that you must learn. It's not a system that you just grab and you go implement it and it just works for you straight away, right? You still got to learn. You still got to acquire a skill. And if you get someone to help you do it as well, it can shorten the learning curve because someone can pull you up on the mistakes that you can have. Because you can. You can make mistakes. If you try to work it out yourself, you'll make a fuckload of mistakes. I've made a fuckload of mistakes. But you can turn something into a system, which is a skill acquired, right? By the way, a system is a skill required in order to get a result. And if you have someone walk you through the process, that's why clients of ours are getting results from their paid marketing. They're generating leads for like $1.30, $3.30. They're generating leads for pennies because they're getting access to something, right? And they're implementing it. And they're going, hey, like the client of ours that posted into our 300 community just recently said, posted in there with their current results, this is what we've got. Should I turn some other campaigns off? No, you shouldn't yet because it's 24 hours in. We want to spend a certain amount first because what can happen with marketing is it takes a little bit of time to kick in and it takes a little bit longer than 24 hours to kick in sometimes. And then when it kicks in, it'll do better than the other ones that started off well. And the ones that started off well will then taper off and do nothing. Hence the reason we want to give it enough time for the algorithms to kick in. Okay? And this is the type of stuff that you got to understand, because if you're trying to work it out yourself and you go and switch all these other ones off, they could have turned into the most successful campaigns that you had before. But if you had somebody helping you with that, it would have made it so much better. If you go and place ads and you're writing your own copy or you're boosting ads and all this type of stuff, right? Boosting ads, you can get inquiries from boosted ads. You're really relying on someone to be able to click on the link, or comment on the post. You're waiting for someone to basically just like comment on it so you can acquire them as a client, or engage so you can acquire them into your retargeting. I don't suggest boosting. I suggest running it through the ads manager properly so you get all the trackable data and everything like that as well, and things are, there in place so you can get the right focus areas and you know what you're looking at and all this type of stuff, right? Really, really important. You're setting up the right outcomes for your ads. You're focusing on the right areas. You're understanding the 8 points that we're speaking about today. What's your budget? What's your cost per click? What's your click-through ratio? What's your cost per lead? What's your relevancy score? What's your lead? How many leads you're generating to how many of those turn into appointments, right? What's the numbers around that? What is it costing you per appointment at the moment? And I gave you guys little bits and pieces around that today. Once you have an appointment, what's your conversion rate on those appointments? How much money are you spending? How much money you're spending on advertising, and what's the cash that's physically going into your account? Not the total sales volume like people talk about, the total sales volume, right? What is the physical cash in the account based on money out, money in? What is that? These are all the things you got to understand. If you don't understand this stuff and you're like, I'm not a data guy, or I'm not a data woman, or I'm not a data lady, or whatever, I'm a right brain, I'm a left brain, whatever your thing is, right? If you've just got a brain, it doesn't matter whether it's left or right or whatever it is, you can still understand this and still have these numbers and get some, if not just like, and it's really hard, just go to someone to help you get it, to understand it. Our clients have got we're rolling out a new system to all of our clients where they're going to have everything in one place. Their emails, if they're online coaches and consultants, they're going to get their memberships areas included into it. They're going to have every conversation they ever have with a client, all their text messages, their emails, their phone calls, their recorded calls. They're going to have all their Facebook data, their engaged data, their review data. They're going to have everything all in one place, in one whole system. They're going to have access to an app that's going to be able to then go, cool, here's all of your content, here's all of your data and everything in one place. So if you're on the road, you can call some person. When your leads come through, an automated system calls you and says, do you want me to connect you with the lead that's just generated via Facebook? This is that person's name. This is what they downloaded. This is what they got access to. You want me to connect the call? And then you've got an outbound call taken care of it under automation for you, and text messages and everything like that all taken care of. You can see everything all there in one place. We're rolling all this out right now. We had our first client do it just yesterday on Sunday. And she's looking at it going, holy fuck, what have I got myself into? Because everything is automated that they've got right in front of them. We tested the system live yesterday with her. She was the first one of our clients to get access to it. It's rolling out through all of our private clients as we speak. And then it's going around everybody in our mastermind groups. So you have got to understand all of this. You got to be able to track all of this, and you got to be able to have it all in place and understand the 8 points specifically that we've spoken about today. And if you've got it all in one spot, it's going to make it so much easier. Get that song? Did you get the song? I forget the name of the song. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I should throw this into music because you guys aren't commenting right now. So if you guys are understanding what I'm talking about today, so I'm not just talking at the camera to you guys, what I want you to do is to comment below and say, hey, Jarrod, how are you? So I'm not here in lonely land right now, all that sort of stuff. I want to know also that I'm speaking English to you guys as well, so that you understand it and I'm not speaking in gibberish. I want to make sure that I'm helping you guys to understand things better so that you can then get the next points that are going to help you move forward faster. I know a lot of you as well have sent me text messages and things like that recently as well. There is a massive delay and massive backlog at the moment, so I will be back to you very shortly. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Go through and watch this video again. Like it and share it. More people need the information. People are blind at the moment, walking around the house, bumping into shit. Got to stop bumping into things and understanding things better. If you are not controlling your outcome, if you are not controlling your own influential area, and if you are not doing what I've spoken to you about in this video right now, get someone to help you do that ASAP. Otherwise, turn your ads off for now. Go through a training module, search through the whole internet at least. Go through a training module on YouTube or something to help you understand it. If you're not going to just reach out to us and join, say, the 300 Mastermind for free for 3 days, and then $7 a week after that, right? Then we can just talk about it all in the community, and we can run through it all in the community with you guys. And you can get access to everything that's working right now. That's, you know, our clients have generated, it's generating leads for $1.36 on Facebook. 7 leads in less than 24 hours. On the other campaign, she had $3 and something, 300 and something cents, $3 and something cents. She generated 3 from that. There was 10 in less than 24 hours for her new campaigns that she started up. You want results like that? You jump into 300 Mastermind. Most people just pay it in full for the year. It's $297 USD for the year. You get full access to it all the systems, sales processes, the lot. Get access to it. Do the work. And that's it for today. Action steps, go through and watch this video again. Secondly, go and watch the 4 secrets, which is a couple of videos back. Make sure you go and watch Craig Carr's interview as well that we had on Saturday. There's some epic content there that you do not want to miss. Follow the page so you see everything first. You must be following this page first. That's if you want to succeed. If you're not even open to it yet, you're not coachable, you're not willing to learn anything new, you just want to complain about the world and the coronavirus and all that type of stuff instead, unfollow the page, that's okay. I am not going to be disappointed in any way, shape, or form, and just go and do it. And I want you to remember this one other thing. If you do not fight for your own freedom, nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. And every single day you must be the warrior. And I'll speak to you guys tomorrow, 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time, for the next show. We're going to be talking about some epic content this week to help you guys grow and scale. Be the warrior. Speak to you guys soon.